Hey boys and girls, it's time for ALD. And today we're going to be doing some writing. So if you have something to write with, like this, something to write on. Now I have a paper that looks like this. It's got a spot for a picture and a spot for some sentences. If you have one of those papers, you can use that. If not, just make sure that you have something to write on that has lines and then a place that you can draw a picture, okay? So it doesn't have to look exactly like this. All right, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you something to think about because we're going to write today about something that we all have experienced, right? We all have experienced. What's that? What's going on, Mr. Fox? Ah, you know, it's just this wind. It's just so windy. It's holding me back. Um, Mr. Fox, we're inside. There is no wind. Oh, that's right. I I must have forgotten that. Mr. Fox, how are you today? I'm doing all right. Did you see all that hail that came down a couple days ago? I did. Hail was those little pieces of ice that came down. That was pretty wild, wasn't it? Yeah. I was I was out walking my pet turtle and wait, pet turtle? Yeah, I gotta have a pet turtle named Ruby. Ruby the turtle, okay? And what happened? Well, we're out walking. We're on mile 6 of our 12-mile walk, and we uh we started getting hit by these pieces of ice from the sky. Yeah, and so we ducked for cover underneath a tree. Okay, you hid underneath a tree just for a second or two. Then we dove underneath a car. Under a car, these don't seem like good places to go. And then we made it, finally ran back and made it back home. Did the turtle run too? Yes, the turtle. Of course, the turtle ran. This, this story is kind of strange, Mr. Fox. Well, it's true. That was some wild weather. Aha, and there we come to it. We've been talking a lot about weather, haven't we, the last couple of weeks? We've been learning about different things that weather can do and what it looks like and the sounds it makes. We got to experience some wild weather ourselves. That makes me think of something we can do for our writing today. What is the wildest weather that you have ever experienced? Now, we just heard about Mr. Fox. We heard about what he was doing. What about you? What's the wildest weather that you've ever been in? Thank you for joining us there, Mr. Fox. Do you want to go get some paper and a pencil and you can write about yours? Oh, that sounds a fantastic idea. Bye bye, boys and girls. All right. So Mr. Fox is going to write with us. Awesome. Okay, we're thinking about the wildest weather that we've ever experienced. Wildest weather we've ever experienced. So let's see. Why don't we close our eyes and think about this? Think about on that day, how did the sky look? Think about how the sky looked. How did the air and the rain or snow feel? Was there rain or snow or wind? How did that feel? And what did it sound like? Did it make any sounds? Okay. So what we're going to do before you start writing, think about what you're going to write, okay? Think about what you're going to write before you write anything, okay? We're going to draw our picture too. So I think about the wildest weather that I've ever experienced. Well, I'll tell you, there was one time I was in the army and we were out and we had our tents all set up and we were getting ready. Everybody was getting ready to go to sleep, but there was a lot of wind and the wind was blowing, blowing, blowing. And we're laying on our cots. Our cots are like kind of little beds, little small beds, not as comfortable as a bed. And part of the tent that we were in lifted up. The wind lifted it up, and then it blew it off of us, and it rolled down the hill like Jack and Jill. Yeah, it rolled away. It was so weird. I was laying there in my cot, watching our tent roll away while snow was falling on me. So that's probably the wildest weather I ever had. So we'll start off with our picture. And our picture, I'm just going to draw a quick picture of maybe what it looked like. And so I have a cot here. I'll draw my eye and a mouth. I need some of my colors to help me out with this. So far, there's me. Now I'm going to draw the sleeping bag that I was in. There's green. And over here is our tent. And it's blowing away. And there's our tent. And you know what? I'm going to show the wind kind of whipping towards us there. And I'm also going to show rain coming down. Because snow, it'd be hard to show snow. Rain coming down right on top of me. So there's my picture. We've got rain coming down. We've got me on my cot. Here is the wind whipping around and blowing my tent away. Okay, so the next part, the next step in this is our writing. We're going to figure out what we're going to write. I'm going to write just what I drew. I'm going to say a couple sentences. I was in the army, and it was very windy, or I'll say it was very windy. Our tent blew away. All right. It was very windy. Our tent blew away. And I start a sentence off with a capital. It. Now, one thing I want you guys to focus on today is spacing. Okay, make sure you guys are using fingers to space your words out. Was very I have to change this one out. It's getting a little bit low. Windy, another space. WINDY. Period. Oops. Hour. OUR. Tent. TENT. Blue. BLEW. There we go. I don't have enough space for away, so I'm going to skip down to the next line. AWAY. Away. All right. Remember, when you're writing on with these lines, our lowercase letters, most of them just start at the little dash here and go to the bottom line. Some of them will go all the way to the top. Make sure you go all the way to the top. Capitals from all the way to the top to the bottom. There are a few letters that are daredevils that hang off in over the river, but not too much, okay? Just part of them. So here's what I'm writing. It was windy. Our tent blew away. And there it goes. Now it's your turn, boys and girls. What I want you guys to do is tell me about the wildest weather that you've ever experienced. We heard about mine. We heard about Mr. Fox's. What is yours? And write 2 or 3 sentences explaining what happened. And make sure you draw your picture. Okay? All right, boys and girls, have fun with it. I can't wait to see what you come up with and read your stories and look at your pictures. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.